It is no secret that in addition to being the leader of the free world, President Trump is a businessman, a TV personality, real estate mogul, the list goes on and on. But one thing that a lot of people probably forget is that he's also a best-selling author. There are more than a dozen books in which President Trump is listed as an author or a co-author. But if you look back at the very first one, The Art of the Deal, you may get a glimpse into how his leadership style in the boardroom shaped his leadership style in the Oval Office.
Do not allow anyone to tell you that it cannot be done. No challenge can match the heart and fight and spirit of America.
We heard President Trump's leadership style at his inauguration in 2017.
We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration,
and again at his inauguration this past January. Thinking big, being no nonsense are some of the things President Trump said were the reason for his success in 1987's Trump, The Art of the Deal. The New York Times bestseller is a mix of life anecdotes and business how-to. And in many cases, there's a parallel between what he wrote nearly 40 years ago and his presidency now. Chapter 2 starts out with this. My style of deal-making is quite simple and straightforward. I aim very high, and then I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing to get what I'm after. Compare that to what he said about the conflict in the Middle East just weeks before taking office.
if those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East. And it will not be good for Hamas. And it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out.
When it came to beating competition for a business venture, Trump wrote, sometimes part of making a deal is denigrating your competition. And on the campaign trail, the president notoriously said this.
This is what we're bringing. But we're bringing them in at levels that nobody's ever seen. And we're doing it by stupid people like Kamala. She's a stupid person. Stupid person. I don't care. I don't care.
And some are drawing a comparison to how handling issues at the border, the war in Ukraine, even the economy, to what he wrote about making deals and his early days in business. Writing in part, in the end, we won by wearing everyone else down. We never gave up, and the opposition slowly began to melt away. And even not getting a deal may have given President Trump insight on what to do when you lose an election. Writing, sometimes by losing a battle, you find a new way to win the war. What you need generally is enough time and a little luck.
Yeah, our team thought it was interesting to kind of make those parallels. A whole lot of people want the president to write an Art of the Deal 2.0 after this term to break down all the deals he has made during his presidency. So we'll keep you posted there.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.